Do girls even like nice guys? I feel like they don't even give a damn about someone that would treat them right, spoil them, spend some time with them, and genuinely being nice to them. I'm that type of guy, and it looks like they would just care about effers that don't respect them and do nothing for them, as well as being violent and all this stuff. If any lady cares to explain, I'm all ears. I'm gonna ask this one again for the millionth time. Are you being actually nice, or are you being fake nice? 99% of the time with you guys, it's fake nice. Hello Redditors of the internet, Noble Xenon here, and welcome back to another r/NiceGuys episode. Let's get started. So, this next one tried being nice. This was the 5th message he sent me after I deleted the chat in response to me asking why he was rooming with someone else. I'll go off. I tried being nice. Bye? Who do you live with? Not what I asked. You're friggin' stupid. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but still not what I asked, unless that was your answer, which I wouldn't consider trying to be nice. Oh, I'm done arguing and trying with you. Please block me. I thought you were cute, but no, you're rude. I mean, doesn't sound too nice to me. For this next one, this was part of a DM I got after commenting on a post about a 15-year-old stalking his older brother's 23-year-old female friend. Bit of a grump says, was that the kid who showed up unannounced at her apartment and then told her that her tattoo was a turnoff for him? Because there's zero excuse for that, even if it's a different situation. 1. Girls know the fear of approaching a crush every bit as well as guys do, and 2. We don't owe it to you to give you a different answer just because it was difficult for you to ask. Even though this kid is only 15, this kid needs to learn that that is creepy behavior and that is not something you do. But anyway, let's get to the actual post itself. I believe this DM was from a random nice guy on Reddit, not the kid in question, intentionally trying to be mean. I don't think women understand the pressure guys have to be something special in any way to try to feel adequate enough to even approach women and try shooting your shot. And on top of that, it is someone you have liked for a long time. The words that come out your mouth when you finally are talking feel immensely heavy when you're a kid, and most guys it takes a while to feel comfortable going up to talk to someone they like. Like, yes, the kid was the a-hole, but let's not get carried away here. He knew he did something bad when he said it and will probably learn from it. I just feel like women are so quick to judge men under any circumstance, but women don't know all the things we have to go through. At least the kid was trying to do something he felt like was a bit courageous at the time to go talk to someone he liked. Most guys will never be able to get past the nerves of it at all, and be able to go through it, stuff like that. Problem is, this kid went far beyond shooting his shot. He literally showed up at her apartment unannounced. That's not an act of courage to me. And of course she's gonna say no. You're a teenager and she's an adult. And now, why are women in Insert City so unwelcoming towards people like me as a good-looking friend? Roast to the young lady who rejected me last night when me and my friend who was driving stopped at her place. My friend walked up the stairs and embraced her with hugs and was oh so over-friendly with him while I waited momentarily in the car. She asked for an ice cream cone from this place and went there to get it at the drive-thru while we got 2 cheeseburgers and very shortly ended up back at her place. This time, I went up the stairs after my friend did and he gave her the ice cream cone while my friend welcomed me to her. Her and I already knew each other. She right away shook my friend's hand and said something like, "Thanks for hanging out with me," and went into her apartment, locking the door and shutting the curtains. Not only did my friend feel rejected, at the end that is, not in the beginning, but I felt rejected too because I was there. Why are so many women in this place so unwelcoming towards people like me as a good-looking friend, maybe a potential date for the near future, or as a potential date for the near future for one of her female friends? These women should have consequences for behavior towards men like this. Too many people here are too prideful and stuck up, of which isn't a stretch. Sure, rejection does suck, but here's the thing. You can't just force them to say yes, because being with someone you don't want sucks even more. Anyway, the comments, do you see this BS? So, how am I a creep? Explain that to me. By the way, the ice cream cone was a gift from my friend, not from me. Then my friend last night started complaining to me that he lost a fun, affectionate friend because I showed up, barely saying anything other than hi or bye and saying her name. Do you think the fur women should be shut down and run out of business? Yeah, those women are beyond spoiled and entitled, all right. Too much misandrist female gossip going on there, I'm thinking. And people just react with laughing reactions, because seriously. And someone replies, your pent-up anger towards the opposite gender is really concerning. I hope you learn from this experience and seek some help from a licensed professional. Now, I wish I could see the whole comment there, but the beginning of that comment is well said, in my opinion. And who knows if there was more going on that was just not mentioned here. Was this individual acting creepy? Who really knows? And we go to Reddit for this next one. You get what you give. I stopped caring how women feel after I learned that many women will have one-night stands and do all types of freaky stuff with some guys, but then get a boyfriend and become vanilla and lie about their pasts too. Seems that being an F-boy and dehumanizing people is a better strategy. Excuse me, but dehumanizing any individual is never the better strategy. That's straight effed up and immoral. Why is it that oftentimes these nice guys come up with some of the most extreme conclusions of all time? You're basically saying, I won't treat you like a person unless you sleep with me, which is just messed up. Like I said, you get what you give. I learned directly from watching how women play the game that you don't get bonus points for playing the game nicely. That's like saying it's okay for women to play the game and lie about how many people they slept with or how good a guy is in bed. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, then why not like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell? And now this is a nice guy's response to getting rejected after a single coffee date. Talked for a day and then went on of one of the worst dates of my life, politely told him I wasn't interested, and hours later, he sends me video of him playing with himself. What the hell? Hope you had a neat time too. I know I implied a second date, laughing emoji. I did have fun, you're interesting to talk to. That's you, huge fan of open communication. But I have to be real here that unfortunately I didn't feel any connection beyond friendship. Oh damn, I'm sorry, but I'm seeking a relationship. I know, I'm sorry. This first bit of the conversation didn't sound too bad until this guy sent this. This is more my idea of friendship, sends a video. Dude, first of all, did you really think I would be receptive to unsolicited D-vids after stating I wasn't interested? Pretty disrespectful, but whatever. LMAO, spent $50 today for a let's just be friends today, I don't care. Gotcha, showing your true colors, very cool of you. By the way, he didn't spend $50 on the date, it was for the lift he had to take to get there. His car got totaled the day before. I was accommodating and tried to reschedule, and he insisted on keeping the same time and place. Don't bitch at me over your own choices, dude. Anyway, back to the chat. You just hit me with that shit out of the blue. I don't care. Being nice literally got me here, so I'm not doing that. Being nice to you made me look like a chump, lol. Am I supposed to owe you something because you were nice to me? Am I supposed to owe you respect because you swerved me, lol? And then sends a link of therapists and psychologists in Florida. Of course, this has to be something that only Florida man is capable of. Best of luck to you. And then dude continued the conversation on Instagram until I finally blocked him. I'm just incredibly glad I didn't give my real name or phone number, cause it would have gotten even more disastrous. Now, I really don't care about embarrassing myself when it comes to women. If they can't handle my personality, they clearly aren't my type. If they're open-minded enough to give me a chance to show them who I am and not just judge me off my looks, then that's who I'd think about spending my time with. So many basic bitches out there for real, and I don't mean to call females that. A lot of you are real women, but the whole lot of them, I swear. And I'm just over here being overlooked, and it's totally cool. I'm in no hurry to F with anyone or date. I got high standards, and I don't really care for one-night stands. Well, F you if you read all this, lol. My dude, if you're saying things like that, people are not judging you just based off your looks. And for this next one, I am just trembling at the sight of this nice guy. Be careful when you mess with a nice guy. We have tamed our monster. Watch out, guys. We've got a badass over here. And now for this next one, decent guy. Only wants one thing from his date. The world is full of crappy people, lol. What do you mean? I'm drunk and angry, lol. Worst date ever. Remind me in the morning to stop dating, that would be awesome. Wait, what happened? He tried to guilt me for not going over to his house after our date, told me everything I wanted to hear, pretended to want the same things, talk the talk. Yeah, if they're doing things like that, they're not really being themselves. Like, what do you have to hide? Anyway, when it came down to it, he was like, so, do you want to come over? And I was like, well, it's getting late. I work tomorrow, but I'd like to see you again if you're up to it. And he was like, so that's it? Wined and dined and you won't come over? And I was like, well, this is our first date, and I said I'd like to see you again. And he was like, is that what you thought this was? Yes, generally a first date isn't enough to trust someone to such a level. I was so caught off guard. I said, you literally called me and asked me if I'd like to go on a date with you. Those were your words. And he was like, you really knew what this was though. And I said, I literally thought this was a date because you asked me on one and I had a good time up until now. And he was like, so you're really not gonna come over? And I was like, we talked about taking things slow, and we agreed we wanted to see where things go, and see if there was actually any potential in dating each other after our many talks about what we wanted. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, I did all of this because I wanted to be a decent guy. I only wanted one thing from you. Looks like I'm not about to get it. I was so effed up after he said that. I literally turned around and walked away from him and got into my car and drove off. He called me and was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I just hung up on him and blocked him. And the reply, simply stop dating. Sounds like another classic case of nice guy's entitlement. Another one who thinks that if you insert enough nice coins you can get some sweet, sweet coochie in return. Not quite that simple, nice guys. And this next one claims women are toxic. Nice guy says works every time. Nice guys finish last. OP replies, that's toxic AF. If you actually got anywhere with being kind, I'd agree with you. But are you being kind only to get laid, or because you're being genuinely kind? Oh, but I'm being genuinely kind. But women just don't respect you if you're kind, so now I'm not. It's genuinely depressing that I have to not be kind. Then if you're being genuinely kind, why does it matter if you get laid or not? That kind of mindset is so toxic and leads to abuse. But whatever, women are toxic to be honest, not all but most. By saying most, you are still generalizing, because you're basically like, oh, there are a few exceptions, but they're generally very mean. Anyway, OP replies, you need to think about the fact that if you're kind to them and they are attracted to you, it will happen. It requires 2 factors, not just one. And OP says that's a sweeping generalization, but I'm not just talking about in bed, I'm talking about in general. That's BS. Women are not kind to you if you are to them, it's just a fact. I can see it in the body language. Some people aren't kind to you and some are. It's not gendered. Oh, but I'll just treat them as toxic until proven otherwise, sorry. Then you're only going to get broken women who know no better and expect abuse, and you will confirm that they'll always be abused in their mind. Oh, sounds like a personal issue. If this is how you truly think, then I'm not sure I can be friends with you. This way of thinking is insanely toxic. Also, sounds like a personal issue? Your way of thinking is extremely personal to you. It's kinda disgusting. I left a man that thinks the way you do and he abused the crap out of me. Yes, so it's all my fault. Go to therapy. Gotcha. And why what I do works. It's disgusting, and goodbye, and I'm much happier for it. All the best. I love how many assumptions you made, LOL, says the guy who made a bunch of assumptions. And how happy are you really, nice guy? And this next one is just the nicest effing guy ever, bro. I just don't understand, like, why you gotta act like you're into me but leave me undelivered for hours, but you talking to other people and your snap score goes up, so I know you're just ignoring me. I don't deserve that. Like, I'm literally the nicest friggin' guy ever, bro. I'll be your friggin' chauffeur cause you can't friggin' drive, and I'll buy you food and pay for stuff. I try so hard, please someone, just for them to treat me like garbage and friggin' ignore me. Either tell me off or don't stop being a terrible friggin' person. But I'm doing so many things for you, buying so many things. Why don't you want me? Because it really seems like you're trying to buy her love. By the way, a lovely explanation to all of this. We went on one date. It was fine, kinda boring, but it's whatever. The next day I had a really bad day and was snapping one of my friends and not really responding to anyone else, hence the so-called ignoring. To top it off, the comment about not being able to drive, he's been in 5 accidents totaling 4 cars. Oh goodness. Now you see what I said in the last video about some people just not having any regard for others on the road? Honey, you asked if you could drive me, so I said yes, but clearly you're the one who can't drive. I also paid for the food. And for this next one, those chads, those damn chads. These men are a minority, and you can find delusional idiots on any subject, so I don't doubt you. Where I disagree is I really think a lot of women really misjudge their attractiveness for a variety of reasons, including men wanting to sleep with them who are above their league. I know women are too picky because I know I'm a catch. I have an interesting life and I'm pretty successful. Really not bragging, but just to press the point, I'm worth $1 million, own a house outright, work a good paying job and responsible AF, have a dog and cool hobbies. People come to me for my opinion on a variety of subjects. I'm respected at work and by my neighbors. Sure, I'm a bit socially awkward and my face isn't the best, but I'm 6'3" and not out of shape and reasonably active. I've gone on dates with girls that live at home with their parents still at 28, have nothing going professionally and no real hobbies or interests and are really just kinda cute but not hot, and they'll sit there as if it's a job interview and I need to prove my worth. I just want to ask them, what the hell do you think is so great about you? And I just know these same girls aren't applying this same filter to losers who they view as physically attractive but are out of their league physically. They just sleep with them and then I get weighed against that guy physically, even though I'm a much better realistic option for them. The real problem is they come crawling back after 30 when they're all stretched out with a mile's worth of emotional drama and I don't want them anymore. I guess my point is no one's winning here and I personally blame modern feminism. Well, let's see. You admit you're socially R-word, which, I'm not gonna lie, was unnecessary there. Your attitude stinks and you judge the girls you date harshly. You have delusions they'll come crawling back to you, when in reality they don't even remember your name at this very moment, and yet you're a catch? How exactly? And now the reply, we're upset because you ride Chad after Chad and treat men like me like garbage when your value is highest and then crawl back after we've ground out a good life for ourselves and you're over 30 and worn out. We're not stupid. We see the game you play and we're sick of playing. Lol, hope you like cats. These guys are just absolutely obsessed with Chad. Women are the ones with options. They'd choose if only they could use that intuitive superpower they all claim to have that only seems to work on sussing out the intentions of unattractive men. Nice Guy replies, even though I thought this was from the Nice Guy. Guess there's another one in this thread. Lol, this is so true. I was thinking this while scrolling that the intuition they rave about is really, well, he has an ugly face, so sus. I had a girl in college assume I had some sort of disease and didn't want to drink out of the shared cup after me just because my face is busted, but hey, don't you dare body shame a land whale or the whole world will pile on you. And someone else says nothing more attractive than complaining that you aren't attractive, I wonder why you're not getting laid. And Nice Guy replies, chicken or the egg, which came first? And I'm bitter cause all these women that rode a carousel in their 20s now want me cause I'm successful. I see how they are and it's disgusting. F dudes then? Lol, I'll just use my passport. You can take one up in the butt though. Now tell the truth, are they really crawling up back to you or are you just fantasizing about that? And by the way these nice guys talk about women over 30, you'd think they would be falling apart. And now for this next one, she's got 13 pups with 4 different chads. Where's my true love? I'm 41, but I still live alone. Can someone give me a chance? Oh, and look at all those replies. Fam, how do you know that? Some of you men make childish assumptions. Assumptions such as, she lusts over the bad boys, they got her prego and left. Sadly, that's how it usually goes. Facts. That's being really honest, though. Now, said guys have beautiful families and they're happy and she's out here cutting pizzas. She only wants Chad. She probably pushed all the good men away and got stuck with a deadbeat. She just wants a dude with lots of money. She's probably got 13 pups with 4 different Chads and 9 different Tyrones. Notice how these nice guys use terminology that just isn't seen outside of the internet. These guys will make up the craziest stories about women, and other nice guys will treat it like it's fact. Anyway, I'll end it here. These nice guys are driving me up their mythical wall. So, I'd like to thank all of my channel members, especially Amethyst Phoenix, Cranjus McBiscuitbull, Dark Garden, Catalan Cormendi, Mike Hawk, Hold Up, Nightcrawler, Stormcloud the Wolf, VicMeister1999, and Zoe Horsham. You can join in the link below. And if you enjoyed it, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell, and comment what's on your mind.